When was the last time you reviewed your autumn-winter seasonal beverage menu? The reason I'm asking this question is that over the last few years, our need states have evolved as a consumer. And if you're not up to speed with these predicted trends, then you could be missing out on potential revenue. I am Craig Sillick, Business Development Manager here at Beyond the Bean.
I'm Sophie Lewis from the Customer Services Department.
And this is a YouTube pre-recorded video in which I'm going to help you understand these trends and demonstrate some beverages that reflect the current market and in turn will keep your menus exciting. Later on in the video, I'll be showing you how you can get your hands on one of our pre-made boxes that will enable you to make along at home.
UK and mainland only.
Fantastic. The way the session is going to work is we're going to be making some autumn-winter seasonal beverages. We're going to be looking at the current trends also that will help you create these drinks. So during this video, if you want to press pause at any point, all the products you could probably be making, most of them at home. We sell all these products here at Beyond the Bean. And yeah, if you are making at home, then now is the time to maybe get some milk ready for yourselves, either in a milk steamer or in the microwave, and get your kind of products ready to go. So yeah, we're going to be looking at some of the current trends, and I'm going to run through some great tasting beverages that you can introduce that are quick and really easy to create, helping keep customer wait times down and your drink menu, as I mentioned, exciting. With the cold weather looming, this is a really great chance to refresh your menus and keep your customers coming back for more. Today here, it's about 90 degrees outside, so it's pretty hot. So it's slightly ironic we're talking about autumn winter, but as we know in the English weather, around the corner will be a snap of cold weather, and then all your customers will be looking at kind of changing their behaviours within the drinks programme. So let's move on to the latest trends in consumer behaviour. So I'm going to look at 4 or 5 trends today, and the slide will show you what those trends are, and I'm going to talk about a couple of them. Please press pause at any moment if you wish to continue delving deeper into those trends. The trends all come back to people and planet, which probably doesn't surprise you. So there's been a huge rise in the lifestyle of health and sustainability. There's a correlation of people whose lifestyle is characterized by health and wellness and healthcare and a focus on sustainability. It's very much correlated. People are much more conscious or mindful about consumption. They want to enjoy their beverages, enjoy their food with a very clear conscience. So it's looking at recycling, looking at where the product has come from, all that kind of single-use plastic, all of that really kind of sets in and is really key to how people are purchasing their beverages today. Next slide, please, Sophie. Wellness and function. As I said, this all correlates back to the kind of people and planet. People post-COVID, health is really at the forefront of people's minds. It's no surprise. And just as a small fact, in the UK, the health and wellness industry was worth £23 billion in 2020. And one of the other things I wanted to touch on was people now are really looking at the kind of anti-diet culture. A few years back, people were always saying, I'm on a diet, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. They're kind of emerging that anti-diet culture, but they're really having a look at, let's be self-care and kind to me. Looking at things like some of the kind of gut health drinks like kombucha, kimchi, and all those probiotic. So it could be that during the week being really healthy, and then during that kind of weekend thinking, you know what, I still want to enjoy myself and go back to the ways I was having before. But yeah, so that's a bit about wellness and function. Next slide, please. My favourite, quality at home and experiencing little luxuries. So post-COVID, we're now able to bring our families together, and it's really more important now, and it's more pleasurable now to come and see our friends and family, and it means a lot more to us, and it offers a really safe way to entertain. Another interesting fact that I found, that Waitrose report was stating that cooking is the new commute. So now with 74% of people that are now working from home, are now saying that finishing work, creating some food for dinner is that kind of commute which switches them off ready to go into the evening. So I think that was really, really interesting, and it gives people more time to cook at home, and people are really looking for kind of quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
So I know you're a vegan, so sorry about this, but I know on a Friday I'm going to have a really nice steak. I don't want a lot of it, but I want a really good quality steak, so I'm kind of cutting back. You don't need to know all this, but I'm cutting back on kind of those fats, but really just wanting to have kind of like some luxury quality at home, really. Next slide, please.
Thank you.
Nolo. Now, this was an interesting one when I started to research this, about having either no alcohol or low alcohol. Did you, you're a different generation to me, how have you found the kind of no-low trend?
Yes, yeah, I think a few of my friends, especially since the end of lockdown, have been cutting back, definitely.
Yeah.
I think we all drank quite a lot over the first lockdown.
I think I think you weren't alone there. But I think it's more of a kind of flexitarian attitude to drinking. I know for me, I do like a drink over the weekend, but I'm more likely now to think, okay, I might have a low alcohol or a no alcohol during the week if I was going out with some friends. And there's a current trend, if you do go out for a few beverages, you'll see a lot more no alcohol drinks, no alcohol gin, which are all, people do want to go out and have a nice drink with some friends, but actually prefer to drive home and not have a sore head in the morning.
Yeah.
On to the next slide, please. Nostalgia. I mean, this comes up in trends every sort of 5 or 6 years, but now consumers are seeking comfort in the familiar. So have a look when you're creating, and all the drinks actually that we've created today are a cover nostalgia. There's nothing weird and wonderful in our drink process today. People on the high street and within the kind of beverage world are looking for that kind of nostalgia feel. So something that has familiarity. We haven't really been out on the high street or out purchasing beverages for some time now. So this Christmas in particular, I'll talk about it in a bit, but yeah, it's all about having that nostalgia. Home cooked meals, those berry flavors reminiscent of childhood, kind of that strawberry picking trips. I know blackberries are out in our area here. All of those things, and kind of homemade lemonades that we offer too. So all of those is all about nostalgia. So you can see from this slide that everything kind of draws back into people and planet. I'll just touch on some of those trends again. So we had quality at home, wellness and function, experience those little luxuries, nostalgia, and no-low. Earlier on, we discussed about how you could own one of these make-along at-home boxes. If you'd like to comment below, the first 20 people that comment will be able to send to you one of these. It's got everything inside that you would need to make. So I'll just take some of these out. Then you've got the protein powder, we've got the dark hot chocolate, we've got the pumpkin, we've got the vanilla, and underneath, I'm just going to go with this, underneath, we've got all the syrups. It's a really good make-at-home kit. All you need is milk, some whipped cream, and boom, you can make all these drinks at home. So if you'd just like to, as I said, comment below, you will be able to, the first 20, get one of these products. I think it's about time we made some drinks, don't you?
Let's do
you
it.
Fancy doing that?
Absolutely.
Let's do this.
Woo!
So our first drink, we're going to look at this through our kind of seasonal cycle. So we're going to look at autumn first. So generally, autumn is a kind of very transitional season. It generally is quite warm in the beginning of October. If you think we're in September, this is being produced in September, so we're in September at the moment. October is quite a warm season. So we're looking to kind of transition our customers into those drinks. We're looking for comfort, as we talked about, as people change their wardrobe. We're not quite into the scarves and heavy coats yet, but we do. It's a bit chilly in the mornings and a bit chilly at night, so we are looking for a bit of comfortability. However, I'm just going to move that out of the way.
Thank you.
Because we do need to be able to see everything. However, I'm going to show you a classic twist on pumpkin spice latte. Pumpkin spice is huge on the high street. All the major retailers are showcasing that drink, and we're going to show you a little bit of a twist, and we're going to make for you today a blended pumpkin spice. So as my trusty assistant here, we're going to make some hot beverages in a minute, so if you do want to get some milk on the go, that'd be great, and maybe get some coffee on the go too, so that would be good. We've done pre-made our coffee just for ease today. So we are going to add some ice to this particular drink. Pop that in there, just add a little bit more. And then we're going to pop some milk in here. Now I'm using just semi-skimmed milk today, but you could use any plant-based beverage, plant-based milk throughout this process. All of the milks. I think this is really nice with coconut milk as well, which we'll be using later on in the beverage too. So we're going to pop that in there like so. I'll give you that back for you,
Thank
Sophie.
you.
And then we are using here one of our fantastic blenders, which is the Stealth 885. This is really designed for noise factor, so it's a really quiet, you'll see in a minute, but it's a really quiet, really robust, excellent blender. So we're going to pop that into our blender jug. So all we have in here at the moment is ice and milk. So. And then, as we talked about, we're going to be using our Sweetbird pumpkin spice syrup. We're going to just use 2 pumps of those, 2 pumps of that. 1, 2. And we're going to be using our Sweetbird, a non-dairy vanilla bean powder. This is excellent for a range of frappes. It's actually amazing just on its own without any flavourings as well. Has all the vanilla bean extract in there and all the different bits. You can see all that and smell it. Smells delicious. So I'm just going to use 1 scoop of that, and then we just need our coffee. Ooh, beautiful. So I'm going to use 2 shots here to give it a nice kick, and then we're just going to pop that. Now, because this has got hot coffee in it, we just need to blend this on slightly less cycle. If you weren't using any coffee, then it'll just need a bit more. I'm going to use cycle 2 on here, which is about 14 seconds. Can you do that quick wipe for me?
Yeah.
That'd be great. As you can see there, it's really, really quiet. There we go. I'm just going to pour that in there. And that's a beautiful pumpkin spice frappe. And then we're just going to add on there just a little bit of cinnamon to give you that kind of autumnal Christmas flavour. And let's just drip a bit on the side to give it a bit of a zhuzh. And there we have our blended pumpkin spice latte. Okay, so the next drink we're going to be making is a salted peanut butter mocha. Now the season here is changing, it's a lot cooler. We know autumn has officially started when a couple of things happen. Firstly, people come in the mornings and kind of chilly, and they start to make those involuntary chilly noises when we hand them a drink. And secondly, people say things like, "Oh, that's so much better." So this drink is designed for that kind of warmth. It's great on a nice afternoon. Also, kids love peanut butter, so what could be any better? So could I just have the products for the next drink, please, Sophie? That'd be great. So we are going to be making, as I said, a salted peanut butter mocha. So that's going to take into play chocolate. So our Zuma dark hot chocolate I'm going to be using. We've got some salted caramel sauce. We've got the peanut butter syrup. So that's going to be like so, and we're going to be using coffee as well. So
take some hot milk.
I'd love some hot milk. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is the point. If you are making this at home, pop some milk in the microwave or get it on the steam, ready to go. So I'm going to add in 1 scoop of our Zuma dark hot chocolate. I'm going to then mix that up with some hot water just to give it a, thank you, that was nicely prepared. When did you do that? I didn't see you do that. I'm going to mix it up just so we don't have any powder in there. So we're going to mix it up nicely. This is a great dark hot chocolate, which is great for those kind of autumn months. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to add in 2 pumps of the peanut butter syrup and 1 pump of the salted caramel syrup, sauce I should say. We're going to mix that up beautiful. And what you're doing is I don't know if you can see on the camera there, what you're doing is just incorporating the hot water, the syrup, all into one lovely paste. Awesome. And then we're going to add the coffee. I think that's all I see. Put the coffee there for me.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. You still with us?
It's getting hot. It's getting warm.
It is extremely warm. So if you're watching this in November, it is just September here, and it is really, really hot. So we're going to add the coffee in. So we've got like so. Some lovely milk there, Sophie.
My pleasure.
And then we're just going to mix that up a little bit because it's. And then we're going to add in there. Oh, that smells delicious. I'm going to add that. Again, I'm using semi-skim milk, but you could use any plant-based milk. I think oat milk would be probably quite good with this one. It's full of flavour. I can smell it already. It smells absolutely amazing. Ooh. Just mix that up, taking in any loose powder that you may have. Just see if there's any there. Nope, that's fine. And you can be as interesting as you like. Now I quite like to have just some kind of froth on the top like that. Get rid of that for me, or I'll just take that just because I need that again. So that's nice on its own, like so, but I think it needs something a little bit more. You could decorate this with peanut brittle, anything really. But I'm going to go for a little bit of bouginess by adding in some whipped cream. So the secret with this is just to do it low and slow and make sure you've got enough room on the drink to get your whipped cream in, and then just layer it up like so. And that is your salted, and I think let's just add in a little bit of extra salted caramel on top. And I'm just going to do this. You could do this as free as you like, but I'm going to be a bit more creative and create a really nice salted peanut butter mocha made with our dark fair trade Smores Hot Chocolate. So we've now created a couple of autumn drinks, which I think you'll agree they're really easy to make and great for customers. And now we're going to move on to the holiday season. Many families last year were not able to get together at Christmas. So the trends are kind of showing that this year Christmas is going to be bigger. Hopefully people will be able to get together in larger groups. And also I think people will go a bit more out. Having families around, as I mentioned before, is more important to people these days. So having that friends get together, family get together. People will be going bigger, probably spending a little bit more, but having a look at what they've had in their cupboards, their decorations, maybe kind of adding bits to it, but not really going brand new. And that's the same with your drinks, really, that you will be looking at kind of stuff that you've had before, but just elaborating on it. So the drink we're going to make now is a Smores Hot Chocolate. Great for that kind of Christmas shopping, great for kids, as you'll see in a minute. But yeah, it's a really, really good. And if you've got this product already, then you're laughing because it's just a couple of syrups and different pieces. So I'm going to make a hot chocolate now. We're taking out the coffee. You could add coffee into this to make a mocha. But for kids, it's probably best not to. So we're going to go with this. So again, the same sort of process. We're going to add 1 scoop of our Zuma dark hot chocolate.
Would you like some more hot milk?
Love some more hot milk, yeah. And then we are going to get some of the lovely hot water here. And add some hot water to this paste. That's great. Actually, I'm just going to add I think I'm going to add the coffee this time. So that, no, we're not adding coffee to this particular drink. I just said that, didn't I? See, what could go wrong? You haven't seen the whipped cream yet. We're doing whipped cream in a minute, and that's that could go easily wrong. But anyway, that's just, yeah. So this is the hot chocolate made into a paste. We're just taking any of that kind of powder there. And then we're going to add to this our s'mores syrup, and also just to take it to the kind of Next level, we're going to have some cherry in it too. So normally we'd have 2 pumps, but we'll just have 1 of each. Obviously that makes up 2. 1 pump there, and this is the second pump. 2. And then I'm just going to add that like so. And you'd think just 1 pump of cherry wasn't going to make a big difference, but actually I can smell that cherry coming through, and it really gives that kind of Christmassy, indulgent feel. And then as we go through this, oh, that smells lovely. Then we're just gonna stir that up, taking in all. It's quite wise sometimes just to stop halfway if you can, just to take in and give it a nice good stir. Yeah, that's fine. Great milk, Sophie.
Thank you.
And then let's keep going with that. And I'd just like to give it some topping because we're going to do something. Make sure you leave, if you're going to add whipped cream, which clearly we are here because it's Christmas, make sure you leave enough room for that whipped cream to settle on top, otherwise you'll have it all over the top of the glass. And we're going to then add some whipped cream. Oh, just recap then, we've got the Zuma Dark Hot Chocolate in there, we've got to make up the hot chocolate, and we've got cherry syrup and our lovely S'mores syrup mixed with hot milk. And then we are going to add in whipped cream, again low and slow. It is Christmas, so it looks like I'm putting a lot on here, and I am. So yeah, so we're going to add in here. So I've got a few bits and pieces I want to. So that would be fine on its own, but I think as it's Christmas, we'd like to add some marshmallows in there. Let's pop those on top, and there we go. Excuse fingers. So there we go with that one. And then, as we have some cherry in it, if you really wanted to kind of take it to the next level, you could just pop a nice cherry on top. I'm going to go for 2 because it's Christmas. And there we have our S'mores Hot Chocolate made with, again, our Zuma Dark Hot Chocolate and our s'mores and cherry syrup. So we've made a couple of drinks now for autumn, and we've made 1 drink for the Christmas period. I really wanted to just show you how you can kind of have a twist on whipped cream. So I've been using kind of shop bought canister cream, but I really wanted to show you one of these bad boys because they are excellent for really taking whipped cream to another level. Now, if you're already currently using these with just bog standard whipped cream, then try putting a bit of vanilla syrup in a couple of shots, maybe 3 or 4 pumps in, because it really takes off that kind of edge and really makes it like a chantilly cream. And if you think about what you're drinking first out of a drink, it's always the kind of, if you're putting whipped cream on a beverage, it's always that whipped cream first. So you want that whipped cream to taste really good. But what I'm going to show you is how to make a chocolate whipped cream out of this, just to take kind of it to another level really. So it's very, very easy to do. We're just going to be using standard whipping cream. Just get rid of that. Make sure this is nice and clean as well, and cold if you can, so it's nice bin in the fridge. And then we just pop in whipped cream into the canister. Now, one of these pots, you can get it, this just kind of fills halfway. It tells you on there the maximum. If you go over the top, then don't blame me because it will explode everywhere. But there is a line on there that you don't want to go over really. So we've got that there. And then we're going to be using our dark chocolate flavoured sauce, which is incredible. I'm probably, for this amount, probably 6-7 pumps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It seems a lot, but you'll see when I it gives it a nice flavour, and also it's going to give you that colouring as well. So these are really easy to use. You pop the lid on. We sell these, by the way. They're really robust as well. And then we have a gas canister which sits in the lid of the unit. And then you'll probably hear this on camera, I'm hoping you will. And then we just pop that on there like so. Put it to the microphone. There you go. Did you get that on the sound? Nice. This is probably a good time to introduce Adam. As Adam on sound, he's making us look good and sound good today.
Hello.
He's very shy. There you go. So we've shaken that up. Give it a really good shake. And we do recommend that you kind of leave that then maybe for a couple of minutes on its side just to sort itself out. But we're going to go crazy today and go for it now. So, I'll show you later on exactly what it's going to look like on top of a drink. But just for now, there you go. And that just shows, it's almost like chocolate mousse. But that shows you how you can adapt your whipped cream canister into making chocolate whipped cream. The next drink I'm going to make is an apple crumble spiced toddy. This is a really easy drink to make with a couple of components and great on those kind of winter evenings for your customers. It's really easy to kind of introduce this as a limited drinks offer for something like kind of Halloween or bonfire night, and we're going to be using the trends of going back to kind of that nostalgia sort of apple crumble. You'll see when I finish the drink how much like an apple crumble it is. So we're going to be using apple and pear juice. I think this is a really nice combination. Anything cloudy will work well. I have used it with cranberry and some cherry, which was nice too, but today we're going to be using the apple and pear juice. So very, very easy. We're going to use speculoos syrup, but you could use any syrup that's kind of got a wintry seasonal spice to it. So another favourite of mine is gingerbread, but we're going to use speculoos Sweetbird syrup today. So just going to pop 2 pumps of that in here, and that just gives it kind of that wintry spicy feel. And then we're going to add in the apple and pear juice into the steaming pitcher, and it's as easy as that, just those 2 products. And then Sophie, could you work your magic and give that a nice steam? Just as a quick tip, after you've kind of steamed any milk, you must bleed your steam wand, give it a good, get rid of any kind of residue in there. And again, with this particular drink, you need to make sure you bleed that steam wand to make sure there's no kind of juice knocking around. So yeah, Toddy's nearly finished that, so that's great. And all we're going to be doing is literally pouring that into a nice glass. And as you can see, I've kind of used something quite rustic. I feel this drink really on a kind of winter's evening feels that kind of should be kind of nice and rustic. You could serve this in your normal china or your normal kind of glassware too. So all we've done in there, just to recap, is we've put some speculoos syrup, some apple and pear juice in there, and we're going to pour that into, and you can see how well that's kind of really foamed up. I'll take that right to the top. So we're going to top this then. We've talked about the drink being kind of apple crumble based. So we're just this is basically just crushed digestive biscuits, and we're just going to, so add this to the top. Now it will stay on the top, but what's the beauty about this drink is it'll then, after the customer's had a couple of sips, the crumble will then get heavy and then go into the drink, creating that kind of crumble feel. I'm just going to go for it and put it all on there because we can. There we go. And really, if you want to take that to the next level, because we've got apple and pear in there, you could just pop a really nice, I've just sliced up some nice pears, and you could pop that then, like so. There you go. And that is an apple spiced crumble toddy. So that was the holiday season. We've made some drinks there, and I hope you enjoyed making those along at home. I'm going to touch on kind of a winter drink for you. Now, most people will be looking at their kind of overindulgence over the Christmas period and having to kind of change their behaviour in kind of January and February. It's a really kind of, everyone has the January blues and they're kind of looking at their waistline. So I think people will go on to kind of Americanos, things with less milk and less cream as such, but people still do need kind of that warmth and kind of coziness within their beverage routine every morning. So I'm going to make for you now a classic twist on a hot chocolate. So we're going to make use this. I'm a firm favourite of the dark hot chocolate, as I've mentioned. It's a really good product. And we're going to look at, over that kind of Christmas period, we've really overindulged. So we need to put some things back into our bodies. We need to put back kind of vitamins and kind of, but we're going to use, we have a great organic protein powder here. So that really kind of helps just to real boost our kind of immune system. You can use as much or as little as you want of this. But first of all, we're going to add in the hot chocolate. That's just 1 scoop of that. And we're just going to make this as a hot chocolate. As I said, you can make this as a mocha easily. But we're going to make this hot chocolate with some milk, please.
Do you want hot water first?
I would love some, yeah, thank you. Again, with our trusty this, we're going to mix this up. Actually, no, I'm going to add the protein powder into this first. Yeah, our scoop's already inside. So I would probably suggest kind of a nice 1 scoop, but I've certainly overindulged over Christmas, so I'm going to go for a few scoops to add some protein back into my diet. And then we're just going to add that with some hot water, because we've got quite a lot of powder here. You're going to need a fair amount of hot water to mix this through, and we're going to really mix that up. And also, this is a really good Zuma powder, and I'm going to showcase another powder in a little minute when I talk about another drink, our final drink. So this is then, so it's got hot chocolate, protein powder, and we're just going to marry that up with some milk. And this is oat milk?
Coconut.
Coconut milk. Again, this is great for vegans. Are you vegan?
I'm a vegan, yeah.
So you'd like this drink. And the coconut, the protein, and the hot chocolate all kind of really combine well. As I said, everyone's looking for kind of a healthy drink, but this is just a really nice warming drink, but you feel like you're putting something back into your body with protein. So this is a protein hot chocolate. The final drink we are going to make for you today, and it's a Valentine's drink. It doesn't really fit into a season as such, but Valentine's is really, really popular. And I want to show you how you can make a nice Valentine's drink with some products that hopefully you already have, based around white hot chocolate. So we have our Zuma white hot chocolate powder, which is fabulous. Just need to get the scoop a minute. And we're going to be popping 1 scoop of white hot chocolate into our, pop that in there. So that's that. And then we're going to be adding some hot water. Can I have hot water, please? I like to kind of make this a little more interesting, so we're going to add some strawberry syrup to this. Just 2 pumps, we don't need a lot. That will give you a nice flavour and also some sweetness. And I also think we need kind of that pinky colour. So without kind of going down the kind of unnatural colourings, we do an organic beetroot powder, which has that kind of nice savoury notes. It also has amazing colour, which you'll see in a minute. But that married up with the strawberry syrup really gives it a nice balanced beverage. So,
would you like some milk?
Oh, would love some, yes, thank you. What would I do without you, Sophie? You can use as much or as little as you like of this. I think 2 scoops is about right, otherwise it just does overpower. And we're just going to mix that up with some milk to just loosen all that together. And then we're going to marry this up with some milk. You could again use some, you can see already how much that beetroot just brings on that amazing colour. And I'm just going to mix it up there to marry up all the powders while Sophie's finishing off the drinks. The milk, I mean. Thank you. I'm just going to have a... Oh, it smells absolutely delicious. As I said, the beetroot kind of balances it out with the sweetness of the strawberry. So we're going to add that in there. And this just presented on Valentine's Day to anyone, really, or anybody that you love. I do love you, Sophie.
Oh, I love you too, Craig.
Ah, feeling the love. Do you love Adam?
We love Adam.
Yeah, we'll have a go. We'll have a go, won't we? And then we're just going to mix that up. What we don't want is something too bright that's just fake looking. And then you'll see where we've kind of, I'm just going to ensure that we've covered all eventualities, just taking in with that little thing before I finish the drink off. It smells absolutely delicious. Just move that out of the way. And just get a cloth a minute.
Yeah.
I think the drink's sweating, that's how hot it is in here, to be honest with you. And that is a white chocolate and raspberry there. I'm just going to add in some topping, which I like, just to give it. Now that would be fine on its own, and if you're good at latte art, you could probably create something amazing there. I am not, so let's not even try that. And then I think it needs some whipped cream. You could really, I made up the chocolate whipped cream earlier on, but you could make this with white chocolate cream if you really wanted to go a bit wild. Ooh, this is a feisty little thing, isn't it? Right, and then we're just going to add in then some clean the cup. Then we're just going to add in some whipped cream. Low and slow, and then glass on the end. Marvellous. And then we really wanted to take this to another level. Just pop that in there, which is just staying like, ooh.
Oh, you broke the heart.
Yeah, well, it's a good job I have another one, isn't it, really?
Such a heartbreaker.
Just one I had prepared earlier, and I'm just going to pop this. I'm going to excuse fingers, but I'm just pop that there like so. Just to recap then, we have our Zuma white hot chocolate powder, and we have sweetened it up with some strawberry fruit puree, which was lovely. And then to give it the colour and some kind of balance to it, we've used our Zuma organic beetroot powder. And then I've topped that up with whipped cream, and then just like a little biscuit on top. There we go. And there we have a strawberry white mocha infused with organic beetroot powder Valentine's drink. So we've just been talking about making those drinks at home. What we have for you to enable you to achieve this is we're just about to launch some of our at-home 250 millilitres syrups. We've created them in our kind of classic flavours, which is vanilla, hazelnut and caramel. And there'll be other syrups being launched throughout the process. Gingerbread, I think, is one of them. And where can our YouTubers get these from, Sophie?
You can get these from any of our online retailers. If you have any questions, do give us a ring on customer services.
Fantastic. Thank you to everybody who has attended the YouTube Bootcamp. And we hope you've enjoyed spending time with us, looking at all things autumn and winter. We hope we've inspired you to create moments of connection within your business, creating inspiring beverage recipes. So it's goodbye for now.
And stay safe.